Hello, Vinyl community. This is Randy. Back to do another video. Today I'm going to show you some records that I have picked up in the past. Well, a lot of these are really new, like within the past week or so, and one or two of them are ones that I've picked up. Well, it's been longer than a couple weeks ago, but I haven't shown them yet. So anyway, gonna show those records to you today. First one I will show you is another one from this book, Psychedelia, 101 Iconic Underground Rock Albums. This book that I've been showing for over a year now as I am trying to collect these 101 iconic rock albums. And so this one is Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf, American band. Well, maybe they were really Canadian. I guess maybe they had some Canadian roots. It's a picture of John Kay, the lead singer. It's all very interesting. This tells me a lot about this record here, which the main thing it tells me is that the band was actually called the Sparrow when they recorded this in 1968 at the Matrix in San Francisco. I'm trying to remember if it was 1967 or 1968. But they were actually called the Sparrow when they recorded this. And the first song has first side has 5 songs on it, which are, basically Steppenwolf rock and roll songs. There's 2 songs on here, Power Play and, well, 3 actually. Power Play, Karina, and Tighten Up Your Wig, which are on the Steppenwolf Live album. It was recorded, I think, in 1970 or so. I think the versions on Steppenwolf Live are much better than the versions that are on here. But the main reason to get this album is side 2, which is a sidelong version of The Pusher. The Pusher is a song written by Hoyt Axton, but made famous by Steppenwolf. I think it was most famous because it was used in the movie Easy Rider. Really cool song. But on this record, recorded at the Matrix, it takes up a whole side, and it starts out really slow. And a few weeks ago, I showed this record called The Acid Test, where Ken Kesey and his Merry Pranksters performed an acid test in a recording studio there in San Francisco. And it was documented on this record, and it's pretty cool and everything. But this record, I think, really captures what Ken Kesey, I think, was probably going for at the acid test. Maybe it was really what a real acid test would have been like at more of a concert venue with just all kinds of weird noises and sound effects and vocals that have been treated and recycled. And it's all just really very cool. It goes on for 21 minutes, but I guess it goes on for 17 minutes or so before the Pusher finally starts. It's a pretty straightforward version of the Pusher, but yeah, up until then, this other freeform psychedelics have been really fantastic. I've really been listening to this a lot, so I was really glad to get that one. Came with this original Dunhill sleeve, Dunhill label. They were the Sparrow when they recorded it, but then they changed their name to Steppenwolf, and then I guess by the time that came out, by the time they released this, they had some huge hits with Born to Be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride. So maybe they were sort of trying to cash in a little bit. I got another record from the late 60s called Eyes of Blue. Name of the band is Eyes of Blue. Crossroads of Time is the name of the record. This is a record that came highly recommended by Hippie DJ Kit. Hippie DJ Kit over there in Greece does some great videos. I did one of those contest videos where we were asked to shout out a channel, and I shouted him out. And then I went and looked at his channel, and he deleted all of his videos. He's added a few more back in. Actually, he's added this one since he deleted all those. This one, the one where he shows, this one may still be up, but it was a really cool video. This band is from Wales in the late 1960s, and I guess you'd call it sort of psychedelic sounding, but it's kind of all over the map, and some of it just sounds very commercial and almost like acoustic rock or something. Has some cool parts with some wordless vocals on it. Well, for instance, they do a version on here of Yesterday. And there's some wordless vocals on it that sound sort of like that Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Christmas record, with those like very upbeat, female wordless vocals. They also take just a very short sample of, is it Deck the Halls, I think, or some Christmas carol just at the beginning of yesterday. But I'll tell you, the strong part of this record is they do a song called Largo, which evidently is a cover of another song. I meant to look that up for. I've never heard it before, but it sounded really familiar to me. Largo, and it's written by, see, that's what's confusing though. It's written by, it says R. Francis, and I think that R. Francis is one of the guys in this band, because R. Francis has written a few of the songs on here. So, anyways, it starts out, side 2 starts out with that song called Largo. But then what's really awesome is Love is the Law, which the liner notes on here are written by Graham Bond, organist. He's started in a band called Graham Bond Organization. And in his notes here, it seems like he's taking credit for writing that song. But once again, it's credited to another name here. D. Stewart. D as in Dave Stewart. As far as I can tell, Graham Bond's real name is Graham Bond, so I don't know. But also the title track, Crossroads of Time, is another one that Graham Bond seems to be taking credit for, but it's credited to D. Stewart, so I'm not sure what all that means. But I can tell you that the music is fantastic. Largo and Love is the Law, and then it ends with a song called Inspiration for a New Day. You do a needle drop at the end of the video, we'll hear that. This has the most fantastic guitar tone on it. Really good. So, yeah, thanks for the suggestion for this one, Kit. That's on Mercury Records. I picked up this new reissue of Readings by Jack Kerouac on the Beat Generation. This is strictly vocals. There is no instrumentation whatsoever. I have a couple other Jack Kerouac records where he reads his poetry and things with some jazz accompaniment in the background. But this is just strictly him reading it. This is just really fantastic. I can't believe how many times I've listened to this. He just makes it very listenable the way he reads it. And the first song on the last song on side 1 is The Beginnings of Bop. And The Beginnings of Bop, it goes on for about 11 minutes, and he talks about being there at Minton's Playhouse in New York in the mid-40s, early 1940s, when at the birth of bop. And he talks about seeing Monk and Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, Milt Jackson. And it's really cool. I mean, it's really a first-hand account, and I think it's as close as we're going to get to being able to capture what it was like to be there. So I've really been happy about this record. Jack Kerouac, Readings from the Beat Generation. That was on Verve Records, that very dark blue label. I just got by FedEx today this Miles Davis record. Miles Davis, Birth of the Blue. The cover looks a lot like Kind of Blue. These are recordings that were made about a year before the Kind of Blue sessions, but it's exactly the same band. Miles Davis, Cannonball Adderley on alto sax, John Coltrane on tenor sax. They're all listed on the front there. Jimmy Cobb on drums, Bill Evans on piano, Paul Chambers playing bass. So these were recorded about a year before those sessions, but they were never released as an album. They've all been released. 3 of the 4 songs, there's only 4 songs on here, and 3 of them are released as side 2 of jazz tracks. So I already had them, but this is a newly issued album where they're all brought together in just one record. So I mean, for me, it was no doubt that I wanted to get this record. So I can tell you I haven't actually even listened, but I've heard all the songs before anyway, so I know it's going to be fantastic, and I was really happy to get that one. And came on this very cool blue vinyl using the Columbia 6i label. That's from acoustic sounds, acoustic research, or audio fidelity, or something like that. I got another new jazz record. This really is a new jacket. Well, gosh, new. Maybe this was just reissued, or when was this recorded? Oh, God, it's just so dark in here. I can't even see the years. I think this is a new album, though. This is the Bill Charlap Trio. Bill Charlap is a piano player. Oh, and this is I ordered it directly from Blue Note, and it came with this insert, so it's autographed there by Bill Charlap. Bill Charlap, I've heard of forever. He's a jazz pianist, and this is very much just straightforward traditional jazz. It is just fantastic. It is mostly them doing covers of traditional jazz songs, the American Songbook, and then again, All the Things You Are, Round Midnight. I did that video just recently for Round Midnight. How'd that go? I think the reason that I thought about doing that was because I'd ordered this online and I saw that it was on here. And then I thought I would do that video, but I forgot to wait for this to get here. And then on the day that I made the video, this came in the mail that day. So anyway, I forgot to, this would have been in that video if I'd had it at that time. They also do In Your Own Sweet Way, During That Dream, Sometimes I'm Happy, The Man I Love, and I Don't Stand Against the Chance to Get Without You. So they're all jazz standards. Just pretty much straight ahead piano jazz. Really wonderful. Really wonderful. That is on. Oh yeah, I ordered this one directly from Blue Note. So this came in this very cool red vinyl. Yeah, Bill Charlap Trio. Fantastic. Got this other newly reissued jazz album. These records that I'm showing are just, I mean, they're just fantastic records. I mean, these are awesome records. I've been waiting for this to be reissued for a long time. This is Tony Williams' Lifetime. Tony Williams' Lifetime is the name of the band. Emergency is the name of the record. It's a three-man band with John McLaughlin playing guitar and Larry Young playing organ. So it's just those three. So Tony is the drummer, of course. There's actually some vocals on here. And the song Beyond Games, there's another song with vocals on it too, which is Tony Williams sort of singing or talking, or it's kind of unusual. It's a little bit distracting, not really what I was expecting, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the album is just so incredibly strong. It's like psychedelic jazz. I guess this was, this is before fusion was used as a term. This was recorded in 1968, I think, at about sort of the same time as John and Tony were working on the Miles Davis in a Silent Way sessions. Larry Young didn't work on that album. Here's a big picture of Tony on the inside and liner notes here. This is on Polydor Records. This is a 2-record set. Yeah, really outstanding. Just starts out really just going full bore straight ahead and really doesn't let up. It's a fantastic record. Tony Williams' Lifetime. That was a 2-record set. I got another live album. This actually is a new album. It was recorded in 1969, but it was never issued before now. The drummer on this album is Jack DeJohnette, and evidently, when this was recorded at Slugs back in 1969, he got a copy of the tape from the guy who recorded it, and now he is, I guess, opened up his home recordings and is working with a guy from Blue Note, and I guess they're going to release some records. So this is called Forces of Nature, live at Slugs. And on this one, they start out with side A with In and Out, which, well, I meant to pull that In and Out record. I have that by Joe Henderson, and it's a Joe Henderson record, which actually on the studio album, it has trumpet also with, oh gosh, I can't think of the trumpet player's name right now, but on this is just a four-man band, but the piano player on the studio album is McCoy Tyner. So that was recorded, I think, in like 1964 or something like that. So this is a few years later. But they come out. I listened to the studio album, and it starts out just like it does on here, which is just, they must count it off or something. They just all come in on the same beat and just going at full speed. And I tell you, first song, In and Out, goes on for 26 minutes. Jack DeJohnette, the drummer, you know, I mean, it just seems incredible that he can keep it up for 26 minutes because he does not let up. Like Joe Henderson comes out and he's blowing full force, but you know he takes a break after a while, and McCoy Tyner takes over, and his piano playing is just absolutely incredible. I mean, it is just so fast and just so amazing. And I mean, once again, it's just hard to believe that he can keep it up for so long. Here's a cool picture. So this was recorded at Slugs in New York City. Slugs, I guess, is famous because it is this bar that. Trumpet player, oh gosh, trumpet player was shot in. So anyway, I was really glad to get that one. Blue Note Records for that one. Delicious black vinyl. Once again, that's 2-record set. That one comes with this cool booklet, lots of information here, a few pictures. McCoy Tyner, Joe Henderson. There's Jack DeJohnette, the drummer. And there's Henry Grimes, the bass player. So yeah, completely insane from beginning to end. And probably the coolest record I got is this, another reissue. This recently came out from NPS Records. This is the Dave Pike set. Infra-Red is the name of this one. This is Dave Pike here. I was able to identify the players. So these are mostly Europeans except for Dave Pike, who's from California, but it was recorded in Germany. I guess he was a lot more well-known in Europe in the 1960s than he is here. So Dave Pike is a vibraphonist. So it's him playing vibraphone, and then, well, there's a guitar player, bass player, and drummer. They're all people I hadn't really heard of before. But yeah, and this is what we're hearing in the background right now, if you've been able to hear any of this. I would call this psychedelic jazz. This is very psychedelic sounding jazz album. Really cool. Cool picture on the back too. Dave Pike set, Infra-Red. That came with this sheet of liner notes and picture of the analog tape box. So that's it. Those are the records I've gotten, and yeah, there might be one more vinyl finds before the end of the year. We'll see what happens. And sounds like that's the end of this record, so I'm going to stop talking now. So let me know what you think about these records. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy holidays to everybody, and stay tuned for this needle drop from this band that is called, what is the name of it? Yeah, Eyes of Blue. We're going to hear a song called Inspiration for a New Day. So that's it. Yep, thanks for watching.